Good morning. Obviously, what we call the real nature of of things, it's an expression. It's always there, regardless of a busy mind or not. So once it is obvious, don't ask me how, but once it is obvious, you know very well that you will not feed this pull of the mind to try to figure it out. You just leave it as it is. And it looks like nothing, and it looks like everything. So don't try to figure it out. What you figure it out will become an experience, feeding an experiencer. Will become a knowledge, feeding a knower. And that's what you really don't want anymore to believe. So if you want to hear something more, you can ask me. Yeah, hi.
I'd like to ask a question about motivation. Yes.
The motivation?
Motivation. I heard it said, I think it was Ramana who said, you should want liberation like a man whose head is underwater wants breath. I feel God is pulling me. The road behind me is closed for sure. And I know there's nothing I can do to move forward. So I'm stuck in the middle with you, to use the song. And I think that's okay. I don't feel, but I don't have that intensity. I don't feel like I'm the man with his head underwater, gasping for breath. But I feel that I'm being pulled, so is that enough? Is that sufficient? I'm not trying to get anywhere, and I can't go back, and I'm here, and I feel okay about that. But that intensity isn't there. And I just wondered if you had anything to say about that.
So there is a doubt, yeah. But why do you want to absolutely remain someone pulled? Maybe that is too much, and that this question will not arise.
Say that again, Ganga Mira.
Why you insist so much for yourself to be some? Okay, the past is gone.
Sure.
You are pulled by God. Okay, God, I guess it's what you name for what one cannot know. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is already too much movement of the mind to believe that you are pulled, and yet with all what you say.
Sure.
So you are not obliged to locate yourself there.
Yeah.
And what happens then? If you are not obliged to locate yourself anywhere, because what you speak is just the opposite of what you were living before, then for some reason you are happy enough to have been pulled out of the past.
So I've been pulled out of it. I just realised there's nothing there. You know, there's nothing I can do. There's no doing.
Yeah, okay.
So I feel there's no.
Now
doing.
you mean there is no doing,
Yeah.
and why not? Why is it not enough?
I'm saying it is enough. I feel it is. It's just that I heard. I think it was Ramana saying you should have the intensity. You know, I spent some time with Amma in India, and I know her story. You know, she came out of the house every morning and spent all day on her knees crying out for Krishna. And
Yeah, okay, but you are not a mystic, that's all. And don't try to be one. You know, it's everybody has a different destiny in this body-mind.
sure.
You don't need to express yourself that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So that's one thing. And Ramana, you see, he said that because it is true, it is to encourage, it is to inspire the seeker. Look, it's very precious. You really try to dedicate everything for that, even though you may hear at some point, oh, even enlightenment is a concept. But then you see there is a time for everything to take those things. It's just a question of suddenly it enters like butter in you. You don't have to make efforts. Okay. Then don't touch from now anything that your mind suggests. There has been in the past a big confusion, especially when the West was going to India for this purpose. And India has a layer of extreme mysticism, like some other places, and so everything is mixed there. The desire for freedom, or this love and dedication in your life to love God, to love the unknown. But you have to be clear that these are different expressions and that you have not to copy anything. Unless you want to be a great mystic, but then this question will not ever arise. It's beyond your will. I can say that my master was also a great mystic. I'm not. Doesn't matter. I'm a dry Westerner. At the same time, you see, to describe oneself is also limiting. You have waves like this, waves like that. Anyway, if this is not clear, you can ask, because it's a big subject. I had enough mystic on my master. Hello. It's a special day today or what?
In the conversation, you used the word mystic, and I've of course heard this word, but I'm thinking someone whose life is moved by God, or you know, so there's someone whose life is being moved by God. When does that person, if you want to be called, is a mystic? What's the
Okay, it was just now to make it a bit more clear, but otherwise, that's what I say, I added afterwards. One should not also limit it, or as I said, I'm dry or whatever, you know, there are waves. No, generally the mystic, it's like Mirabai in the story of India. If she was a great mystic, she danced, left her palace, left her everything, to sing to Krishna and to, as some, you named Dhamma, do still, and you know, and some, they may at any time see that they can also be freed to be a devotee. Because actually there is absolutely no difference. But they may not. So some will continue even knowing it, and some not. They will drop. I don't know if I replied.
yeah.
You know that story of Master and Ramana? Master, in the beginning, he went to see Ramana, and then one day didn't come to see him. So 2 days later, Ramana, when Papaji came there, Ramana asked him where you were. Then he said, I was with Krishna in the mountain, the caves. And Ramana asked him, and Krishna is here now. So he said, just now, no. So whatever comes and goes is not it. So for him it was a crucial moment of freedom. And still, for many, many years in his life, he had waves of great mysticism. And it slowly slowed down in the end. But it doesn't matter. What matters is to know if you run after freedom, means to really see the nature, the common nature of all, and not seeing with eyes, realizing, if you prefer. You have to know that you don't need to be a mystic. And still, there is a kind of great mysticism about freedom. Means you really want to liberate yourself, because all the rest for you is too much suffering or absurd or whatever conclusion you had about the apparent world.
Is there any difference in Shakti or power or between running away from the mind and running towards freedom? Is both good, or because some people...
Nobody asks you to run away from the mind.
I feel some, in the past I've wanted, that's been, no, I don't want, it's not that I want that, I just don't want this, and I just wondered if there was any...
In the 1980, you mean? Like 1980?
Yeah.
So the question is
there any qualitative difference between... They say, I dabbled in Christianity for a while, and they said that God never pulls you out of anything, he only pulls you into something. And I wondered if there was any different power, like a feeling, because wanting to not have something somehow seems less than not wanting the mind.
It's all how the mind figures that out, you see. It's all. Because otherwise, in fact, what to say? Listen, you are it, regardless of the state of your mind. But can you take it? If you can't take it, that's enough. The story is over. If you cannot, because it looks like the mind is still your master in a way, then that part of neti, not this, not that, maybe some other parts are there, but neti is already quite radical, are there, you see, to help for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We generally, if we are a seeker, and generally we are not yet totally clear about what am I seeking, you see. It's something else, but what is it? So according to that stage of demand, one path will fit you more than another, and then it can go on changing with maturity in that path.
Yes.
If it is what you want.
This is a good answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
But definitively, where there is two, or where you can describe anything, it is still in belonging to states of mind. Don't be shy to ask questions. I see a few new faces, even the ancient ones. Now I started like telling whatever state of your mind is, you are that, of course. Now, my master also said something which could be surprising, could be amazing, could be whatever. He said, you have to be vigilant up to the last breath of your life. Oh, come, can you be vigilant when you are always that? You have to. Because you see, the beauty, the amazing, uncontainable beauty of what we cannot catch is that it's not a fixed state. You cannot, there will be nobody grasping it and fixing it, okay, I'm realized. Okay, then it will be a state. So it will appear whenever one has a free moment. That's always available. But know that it is so precious to make it obvious that spare a moment. Here and there. That's why I still like to give satsang, you see, to give this opportunity, because the life goes on building things, multiplying things, even without our noticing it. So it's everywhere, wherever you are. But it's also an occasion with satsang to be freed from the tyranny of your mind. Sorry.
Ganga, there is 29 years you are, and then there is a moment where you hear finally, who am I? And Papaji, he hears from Ramana, you're not what you see, but you're the seer. I've mentioned before Lao Tzu, there's always in this whole, there is seemingly
an event, you mean?
yeah, so to speak, a seemingly event, and I am seemingly waiting for that.
It's surely not by waiting for it that it appears.
Yeah.
Then what should I say? Yeah, it's like this. I also knew it, and it happened when I didn't expect it. What can I say?
Right.
And you know, it's extraordinary because this event, which is in the movie,
Yes.
after all, it's a seeker, and then suddenly the seeker is fulfilled because the seeking is over.
Yes.
That event itself is part of the movie. So if you take the event for it, you are fucked again.
Yes.
So you have to hear well, it will never be an event, even if it looks like one. I cannot be more clear than that. Really. Maybe somebody else sees more clear than, but I can't. I mean,
Yes.
because you, for example, with glimpses,
Yes.
that's what happened with glimpses. Huh? Suddenly you have a glimpse of yourself. Means it's not an objective experience. And you can even say there, oh, I'm free, or I'm nobody. In fact, you can say those things. But there was a before and an after. It is linked to your previous search, to your previous beliefs. Otherwise you would not speak like this. Isn't it? It's by comparisons.
Yeah.
So that's why it goes. Because the event is taken for it. That the special shape of the event is taken for it. And that is the illusion. Don't ask me more. Yeah, you can, but I mean, I cannot... all what I can say is, yeah, don't wait for anything. Because you are it.
Yeah.
You are it. You know, the problem is that the mind wants to figure it out. So, he has a few concepts. And if you leave one of those concepts like, oh, I'm nobody, it's vast, it is love, it's whatever, and then you fulfill that, then you are fucked because you think this is like this is like this, and it will go away. And if you pretend that this experience don't go away, it can take years sometimes, you know. But if you it will go. Then you have to start to make effort or to pretend or to lie. You want that? No. Nobody wants that. Enfin, if you want freedom, nobody wants that. So, it's here now. You are it. While asking this question, you are it. If you don't have this madness or this belief that in your mind you will know what it is. Split second. It's here. We are not different. But you speak from your mind and I don't. Now.
Yes.
Okay. So now, if you allow yourself not to speak from your mind, you can do, but you don't allow yourself. There will be no question. What are you waiting for? Generally, this happens when one dies, but while alive, it can be done also. The stomach. Why? So, what's going on here? I will take a toffee because my stomach, I don't know what. So, tell me. You see, when there is a question, it's because the mind still has that power on you. And very a big contradiction is there because I always ask, if you have a question, please ask it. Ask it. Don't boycott it, telling, oh, I know. Ask it. Because also, through a question, it's possible, you see, to be freed from the power of the mind. So, that's why we don't know which way is good. There is no way. So that's what I tell everyone. If you have anything in the mind, just tell it. Tell it. We never know. And Satsang is a good place because it's about the subject.
The question is not super clear yet, but I'll bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that I've been living more secluded over the last year, more in nature, and I've noticed that after a week of being alone, my body and my mind start to get a little restless, and I really crave to be with people.
Yeah, sure.
And there's a big difference into going to the city and be with like people that sometimes disturb me even more, and being with people that I feel, wow, this this is really a loving energy, and then I feel amazing afterwards. So I'm in search still for what is the best way for me to find balance, the type of people, the type of places I go, but also how to balance that with living secluded in nature, and when I go out and when I really meet people. So, for example, here I've had a couple of experiences that I was with people and it felt so lovely, and I felt literally like energizing.
Yeah, sure.
And also the other side that I was with people for a week long. I was with a group of friends, and at the end of the week I was so tired that I felt like we've done nothing, just relaxing, but I felt completely drained. So yeah.
Depends what you want. Choose a company which fits you. Depends what you want. What do you really want? To have a more natural life, to have a more social life, but in a certain way with love and those things. Depends what you want.
Well, it's simple. I want to experience the bliss from within. But when I stay too long with it, then I start to feel that I need some people too, you know. And also
But you have to precise, I think, more what you want. What makes you experience this and that? What is the pull? What is the unsatisfaction which makes you try to live in a certain way?
yeah, I think there's a sense of loneliness coming up when I've been alone for a while.
The sense of loneliness is due to the sense of separation. I feel more separate, you see. And in fact, if you investigate, this feeling is linked to I am somebody. Already, you know, I am someone. You name it, man or whatever. That creates already a separation. And that's why in Satsang, it is not about a way of living. It is about to be at peace or to be in love. It is about knowing where I put myself. Because if I don't put myself anymore, even I am a man, even if this body appears this way, you are at peace. You don't need to search a certain way of living, or it will come to you in a natural way.
Yes.
So you have to investigate. I am lonely. I have this sense of the first thought, the first rising of what is common to all came this way. I am someone. So it's linked to that. So your real nature, which is undefinable, where loneliness or not no loneliness don't exist, you see, it is there. But your start makes it a problem. You believe you are only this body-mind. So if you investigate from where this personal I comes, not through the mind, but with the direction of the question, and you keep a moment there before the mind starts again. That is the real peace that you are searching, or the real fulfillment that you are searching. It's like you, because why to always speak from a base? You see, if you speak from a base, then doesn't matter. We do that in daily life, but know it. Know it is to belong to this apparent world. So I speak not to be put in mental hospital. You see, I speak as a woman, for example, or whatever, a friend or somebody. But in you, and satsang is about who you are. You know that you have the possibility to just make that obvious. So it makes your base just relative.
So what do you mean by base?
I am someone.
Okay.
I am waiting for that freedom, and so on. You see that first, I am someone is not questioned. Because generally what happens is the seeker searches what is prior to that rising, but as a seeker, as I am, I will peep, prior. It will be a fake thing, it's complicated.
I always forget it.
You are it. First you are it. And then only I am somebody. It's not like I am somebody and then I will peep. No! But that's what everybody does, because it's normal also. I'm not mocking, but it's funny. You are it. You are it, believe it or not. It doesn't care. And then you play.
That's a knowledge. That's a knowledge. What you're describing there.
It's my knowledge, yeah. My knowledge, yeah. And happily I don't live, how you would say, by my knowledge. I don't live by my knowledge. And it's my knowledge, yeah. What do you want it to say?
And what I want to say, because you're saying, know that you are not the mind. You're saying, know that you are not the mind. But that's a knowledge of the mind. So when you say that to me, it's
no, some can be hit. You can always, you see, take things in the mind.
Yeah.
Everything. Papaji could have taken what Ramana said to him in the mind. Huh? He could have. Ramana will tells him, Krishna is there. No, whatever comes, you are the seer. You are not the seen. He could have taken it in the mind.
So it all
And
comes-
then some they don't take it in the mind. They are just puff, piff puff.
So that's what you're saying. It's all about a striking and
Yeah.
yeah.
So now, don't open your ears here, open your ear here. Voila. Don't make it a third ear, but still. Yeah. Just listen through here. Basta. Finito here. It's over. It's crowded. It's past. You hear from here. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Believe me. From where you heard it now? I can't help it. But that, sorry, I just, that's why Ramana he spoke of the heart, you see. Then of course the heart still a place and all. No, it's just to try to explain. You will not hear through those ears. You will, for some reason, whatever. Okay, yeah.
When you said that, I just thought, love, is it like that? Love is like that, you don't think it. But then it's a feeling, isn't it? Love.
It's a feeling, sure.
So it's a mind. Kind of.
If you speak of, yeah.
But if you don't speak, you just...
Yeah, but you speak innerly, then it's worse.
No, I'm speaking it just to relate, just to the human.
I don't know what it is. If you don't speak, if you don't hear what you speak, you cannot even say it's love, isn't it?
Because when you said piff path, I quickly said, okay, the word for that is resonance. You resonate, so you don't go through there, you go through whatever that is.
It's too complicated. You just go directly, resonance or no resonance. Who cares? I mean, who cares what it is?
Because sometimes I just want to understand it, so it goes through there, and then I just let it go. But it's just like
if you understand, I remove all what you understand. So even resonance, I don't agree.
I still want to speak it.
Yeah, you can, but I will also speak. Let's speak.
I've already said it.
You want a confirmation?
No, I don't.
No.
It's because sometimes I hear the conversation and I feel it and I say, that's it. Like earlier when you were saying, I forgot.
Yeah.
But yes, that's right. It's when what is it? The glimpse, yes, the glimpse. When I don't feel anything, when I don't think anything, and then the mind says, it's when you're a vegetable, and I think it. That's it. But I don't like the word when it says that to me, but it is like when, there.
Yeah, this bloody mind.
Is that the glimpse? Like I don't feel anything, yeah.
No, the only fact to say vegetable, you will be a vegetable, you see. No,
Yeah,
it's not a glimpse, no.
So yeah, that's the mind, but forget the mind. It's when there's nothing.
Yeah, but you name too much. Even nothing. You name too much. Because you want to be sure, you see. See that? You want to be sure, or you want not to be lost somewhere in a vegetable or whatever. It's still, the mind is very agitated.
Only because I'm excited at the moment. But forget the excitement when there's no excitement.
But why don't you speak beautifully then? If you know quiet moments, you would not speak like this.
It's only you're in front of me now, and when I go home, I can't speak to anyone about it. So I'm hearing, and I'm inspired to speak. That's all.
Yeah, but this is an old language, a language of your past beliefs. You have to renew your language. There is no question of resonance and all those things. You say nothing and vegetables and all. No, there is. This was belonging to your past. Renew your language. Okay?
Question. If we all woke up tomorrow morning and we didn't have any language, we forgot we knew any language, we had no words, would we all be enlightened?
Of course.
The problem in language.
And first of all, there is nobody enlightened or not. It's
That would
in
be
the
one of the
mind.
words we wouldn't know.
That's why when one dies, you see, nothing happens in a way. It's only in the mind this trouble. Yeah. Because
But the mind is made of words, I think. We say this thing called mind, and
it's born.
but it's made of words. So.
Yeah, sure. Woof woof. Woof woof.
Exactly.
One day you said we don't have a choice. What did you mean by that?
I said that. Do you think you have a choice? You mean in life? In life you mean, or whatever? Yeah, whatever. Do we have a choice? Doesn't matter, we do as if. We pass our life doing as if we have choices. Then at some point we can realize, okay, maybe not true, but it doesn't change anything. Whatever you decide, if it happens, it is true. If it doesn't happen, it's, no choice. It doesn't help to know those things. Because you see, if you say I have not a choice to run after freedom, it's not there, okay, maybe. But I think it's always nice to inspire and tell, run for it, you see. Dedicate your essential, how do you say that? Make it your essential thing in your life. You take it or not, because you don't have a choice, but still, do it, because it's so precious. You are lucky to have that interest. So, don't worry about that. It depends always from where we speak. If we start from a detail, then there is choice, no choice. If we start from vast, it doesn't mean anything, and so on. It depends always from where you speak.
Because the reason I asked, I wanted to ask before, but because at the moment I'm always wanting to manifest, and just as we were speaking, I'm feeling, no, I'm going to stop that. So it's an action. So I'm glad you said about the inspiration, because I'm really trying to check whether the flow or whatever is existence really takes care of everything without me having to put my finger in it. So that's why when you said...
But sometimes the existence puts your finger in it because it's the way it will work.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
So then the
Don't worry
existence
about
takes care.
that. There was a joke about that. That Jewish joke. What was it? Hey, Vishwa. Jewish joke about God, what was it? I forgot. There is a Jewish joke about You know it.
Sorry, I was
Oh yeah, you
on my
will.
way to pee.
Pee-pee. It's okay.
Tie your camel well. What is that? Tie your camel well.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
is
not
not
too
Jewish.
sorry.
Oh, but then it's Arab, okay. What is the story?
Well, Pragata, you know to
Trust in God, but remember to tie your camel.
yeah. Trust in God, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. You understood? You know why I insist don't worry about all those things is because if you take one's effect, like, okay, it looks like those who are free, they say there is no choice and so on. So that's a criterion. It becomes a criterion in life. And then you try to live according to that. You will not be successful. So first realize yourself. And then you will see all those things. And you don't even, you can observe them, but they are there. Or they appear or not, those things. Yeah? As a person, you will always fail, you know, in this matter. So, better to surrender. Or, yeah, what else? But surrender is not an attitude. It's not like this. Huh? No. No. So, do you feel helpless? Helpless. You feel helpless?
Totally.
You feel helpless?
Absolutely.
Do you feel hopeless? Do you feel hopeless?
Totally. Totally.
You feel hopeless?
Yeah.
That's surrender. You don't need to do anything. And when I say that, it's not to replace by something else. Oh, I'm despaired. anything more joyful? What's the time? Oh no, we have more time together. It's like, you see, in a search it can come at some point that one doesn't search anymore, but not not because, let's say, there is freedom. It's just a result of a long search. But then, not searching anymore about the search, about what is, then someone will slowly go back to the market. He will search so many other things. It doesn't matter. I don't search for this, so I grab the rest. No, it's not like that. If you don't search, it's because you already rejected the rest, or saw, not necessarily rejected, but saw that it is impermanent matter. So it doesn't mean that when you don't have a search, you have to go back there. Past is past. It's over. And so the non-search also has no meaning. That's what I say. When I say hopeless or helpless, it's not to go to the market to find something else. Let that itself also disappear. Because that story of the bull, the man, the wise going back to the market, it's okay, it's perfect. But it's also misunderstood. Or no, the wise is enjoying in the market. No, he knows the value of things. He's not foolish enough to grasp again what made him suffer. Is there everything clear? And clarity will not do, but it's very important. Is there everybody clear? Yeah, please.
No,
Okay.
I find it quite important.
Hello. Are you the same? I know.
Yes.
Okay. What is your question?
My question was,
You speak a bit louder.
Yeah, going back to the market and in between these two things, what you just explained, it was not totally clear just for me. What does the wise man do? He doesn't go back to the market?
He goes back to the market, maybe to say the news to others, but also it means he is not afraid of his mind, because he knows what is the mind, you see, passing by, thoughts passing by. But he's no more afraid, because he doesn't fix himself on that.
So at that point there comes in this this vigilance what you have to not go, what you sometimes say about the vigilance, that you have to be vigilant until the last.
It's a natural way. You know, this kind of vigilance is because you never forget the immense blessing or value for you in the life to have seen the nature of the impermanent world. it comes by itself. To be happy about that. And if it is not yet natural, you make an effort.
What role does fixing?
Where are you?
Hi. What role does fixing yourself play in this? It caught my
I didn't
ears.
hear well.
What role does fixing yourself, like the act of fixing
Fixing.
myself, what's the role of that?
The role. No, don't fix. Don't fix yourself. It's because we constantly, from birth, fix ourselves somewhere that we are in trouble.
Yeah.
So don't fix. Is there anybody when you don't fix?
What?
Is there anybody when you don't fix?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so there has to be somebody in order to fix.
Yeah, don't go further. It's enough.
And also you said like you have to listen with your heart.
I think it was enough. You went back to your mind to fix something. Do you see that? Thank you very much.